Hello everybody, this is Bench85. Welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 17 Season 3. And we are not at the shop. No, we are not. See, I am a bit worried. Tomorrow starts the 9th day of the summer, which means things are going to change. And I'm kind of worried that they are going to harvest the field as soon as I go to dawn. So I think what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to purchase this guy here. So we need 178. We are short some. Oh, we already have 150,000 borrowed. Well, you know, we're just going to have to borrow some more. So that'll be enough to purchase this guy. So number 37 is our field. And the other one that I want to purchase, I'm hoping we have enough loan ability to do it, but I think it's important that we get it, there's a field over here. And of course it's a bit of a drive to get there. Oh gosh, we ended up going off into that cornfield and demolishing a bunch of it. That would not be good. Okay, so we need to purchase this guy I want to get. This little field. So what do we need for this guy? We just need 40,000. Okay. So let's borrow so that we have enough for 40,000. So let's buy this guy. And then there's one more. Oop, 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 oop. Don't go in there. I keep using this as a bit of a lane and I end up running some of it down. I need to be careful. So this is going to be the kicker. This is going to be whether or not we can purchase this or not. I want to purchase field 16 here. This giant one. We need 386,000. So the question is, can we borrow enough to make it to 386,000? I don't actually know what my loan limit is. Oh, I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to be okay. There we go. So let's buy it. 16 is a very big field. So let's look at what we have for a map now. Oop. Let me change it to this. So we officially own 40 and 41 here. 39 is that little grass field. 38 is the other grass field that we have. Here's the home farm. We've got 34 and 31, which we turned into corn. 25 and 26, which we have in corn. 23 we had, so now we have 22 we added. We have 37 here. This is our little tree farm. 15 and 16. Sweet. So I'm going to want to sell a bunch of this stuff off. This is all barley here. This one is rye. We want to sell it off. We want to get our straw. And hopefully make a bunch of money here. So we can purchase our chopper, which we're going to need for silage. So our work is cut out for us now. And the best part is, Friday looks like it's going to be rain. So I think we're going to have to combine on Thursday here. I will probably combine field 37, the one closest to home. And then we will have to put the straw in as quick as possible. Probably wrap it. Get it all worked up. I guess if it rains on it after they're all wrapped and they're in the field, then so be it. If we run out of time, at least they're wrapped. We'll just have to collect them at a later date. And then once the rain passes and things dry out, we can start combining, because we're going to have to pretty much combine for God knows how long, because that's a big field over there. We're going to burn through a lot of daylight doing that one. And That will definitely be interesting. I don't think I've ever worked a field quite that big. So let's kick ahead here to dawn. It's going to take a little while because it has to set everything. You'll see this. Yep, that all changed. I'd like to fertilize the hayfields again too, which means running manure around, which is more work. Basically, things are getting really busy. There, we made 17,000. Sweet. We're now paying almost $700 in loan interest, and that probably is what it's going to be here once it comes up. This is the part that I wanted to look at. So everything did go into harvest mode, and apparently none of it actually got harvested, which is interesting. So if we were to make enough money, maybe we would end up purchasing something else too. What would we purchase? Probably 17 here. This one's pretty close. Let's just see. Stuck on everything here. This is 17 here. Where's the tag? Way over here? Probably that one right there. Hey look, I can't see where I'm going. No, not really. Alright, let's go see what this one shows. Our corn looks good. Looks like it's at full height. 70,000, that's not too bad. We could also do a harvest mission to get more. So really we would only need 50,000 more. It's tempting, but I don't know how much more I can borrow. And we may run into a problem where we don't have enough money to purchase the chopper, which would be bad. So I think I'm going to hold off for now. So I guess what it's going to be time for is to get this big guy going. Something we have not used yet. And we can start harvesting our field here. Oh, forgot that I can't hit those lights. Oh, I'm hitting things because I have the head down. There we go. This is actually really tight quarters getting through here. This is about the biggest combine we're going to be able to do because we're not going to be able to fit between anything anymore. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to fit through here. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, that was close. Oh, darn it, just no. Okay, it was a bad idea to try to go through here, wasn't it? Oh, no. Alright, I think we did it. So we're going to have to start going around here. Starting on this corner here. Oh, looks like it already tried to harvest stuff. And I do want to be able to harvest the straw. Let me see here. No, I want to... This is what I want. Alternative helper off. What do you mean you finished your task? No. Oh, active side right. There we go. Okay, let's try this. Why can I not steer? It's like it wasn't letting me steer at all. I don't understand what's... I don't know, something didn't feel right though. Apparently that tree is way too close to that field. I think we need to cut that thing down. Alright, so are we on track now? Are things actually working? Maybe it's got delayed turning to the right. Let's see what happens if I try to... No, it doesn't want to hire at all, or it doesn't want to work at all. Do I have something not right on here? Off. Yeah, that seems alright. Let's refresh the field. I don't know, steering still feels kind of funky on it though. It's late to go that way and then it turns to the left really easy. Or to the right really easy. Something just doesn't feel right. I don't know. I'm going to continue combining here. Getting this taken off. I may have to do this all by myself or something here. See, it's acting like it's still in the AI mode. Which now it doesn't feel like it is. Now it's not steering right. So I don't know what the heck's happening. My game is acting really funky. I may need to do a restart on the game here. Yeah, why don't I do that? Because this is not working as intended, and it's getting hard to get all the spots because I keep missing because things are not working right. So, no, I don't want to hire. Stop. So let me do that, and I'll see what's going on here, and we'll continue as things progress here. Well, at least on a plus side here. Oh, you're gonna back up already? Darn it. He's having troubles with this little corner here trying to finish it up. So I guess I'm gonna have to get out of his way. But on the plus side, our new combine, I don't know if I showed this, does have the unloading auger set up high enough that these wagons work perfectly for it, which is what I wanted. This is the last little bit of barley that we're taking off, the last field. We've got 70,000 stored up right now, and then whatever's going to be in the combine here, another 10, so about 80,000. That field's done, this field's done. Unfortunately, the AIs took off all of the crops on these other fields, so I'm not going to be able to take those off like I was originally planning. I can buy them at a later date, obviously, but it's not going to do me much good. So that's unfortunate, and also unfortunate is I found out straw bales are not wrappable. They do not allow it. So unfortunately, our original plan of wrapping them is not going to work. So we're gonna have to store them indoors. I've got a temporary solution at the moment, but we'll probably have to give this some thought down the road here. I just want to get this guy below 80,000 so he can finish. That's good enough. But we've got some pluses and we've got some minuses, I guess. But working things through. With this being the last of it, I'm gonna have to start baling up some of the straw, and then we'll have to get it inside. So, speaking of baling, I've got a lot of baling ahead of me here, and a whole lot of bales, it seems. It's going to be interesting to see just how many we end up getting here, but I thought we have a little bit of a discussion about how some farm equipment work, because I actually learned some things that I did not know previously about some newer equipment that's been coming out. So obviously the wrapper that we've been using is a very new wrapper that is actually one of the first ones of its kind on the market. Nobody else really has a wrapper that can do square bales or round bales and do it on the fly like it does, where it has the ability to basically see the bale as you come up to it, like we do, drive into it, and have it grab the bale and go. That's something that's very new. But one of the things that I look at, and you probably notice this when I play this with all the other series we've done, is that I always end up going to square bale baling, and there's a good reason for it. Besides the fact that obviously they're easier to utilize, easier to move around, easier to stack, easier to feed, all that kind of stuff, it's also because, as you know, you have to wait for the bale to unload. That's always been a hassle that you've had to deal with whenever you've done round bales. In fact, I'm really not sure why you would keep doing round bales with that concern in mind. But there's a company, I don't remember the name of it because I'm pretty sure it's European and I probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it, but they've actually been working on a baler and have released a baler that solves that issue. If you're not familiar with how a round baler works, you've either got some big belts or a bunch of rollers inside of there that start compressing the bale. As it picks up the bale, or the material I should say, it basically kind of rolls it into that round shape, and that the chamber gets bigger and bigger as the bale gets bigger and there's more material inside of it. And when it gets to a critical point, it'll tell you to stop, and when you stop, then it will obviously stop feeding material in, which will allow you to wrap the bale or tie it depending on what you're using, and kick the bale out the back. This new baler utilizes a dual chamber setup plus a wrapper on the back. It's an all-in-one type unit. What makes it so cool and unique is what happens is the material flow feeds into that first chamber in the front of the baler, which would be roughly where the red piece in the center ends on this baler. It'll make the bale to 2/3 of its size, and then it kicks that into the secondary chamber and also changes the material flow into that secondary chamber, which then the secondary chamber allows it to go to its full thickness, or full size, I guess you could call it, of the bale, whatever you've designed it for. Then that second chamber starts tying the bale or putting the netting on it. When it starts doing that, it switches the material flow back to that first chamber. So basically you can just keep rolling because you're going to end up starting the second bale while the first one is being tied, which is where the ease of use comes in. Then when it actually is officially done, it kicks it out the back, and there's a wrapper on the back of it, kind of like the baler we were looking at, but obviously it's a round baler. And it'll wrap the bale and then set the bale down. Basically, the baler never has to stop, which is actually really cool for a round baler, something I've never seen before. Now, what I'm curious, and we haven't tried it, is whether that Kuhn one that we have, whether that one does the same thing. And I did not look into it prior to. I probably should have, at least to give you guys a little more knowledge of it. Now, I still prefer the square bales. I will continue to use the square bales. And as I said in the past, small square bales is actually something that I grew up working with on the farm, and the farm still uses them to this day. They can be kind of a pain, if you want to think of it that way. simply because they require a lot of hands-on labor to actually work with them, because, well, with the size of the bales, it really just does not pay to utilize machines. Obviously, we use machines to bale the product. We use machines in the way of elevators to move the product from the wagons to the mow, but we're still packing everything. I almost hit that bench. I did anyways. And I missed that piece anyways. Lovely. But other than that, we really didn't use much equipment for it. It was all hand stacked, hand fed into things, hand fed to the animals. So it's not as easy to use as one of these, but then again, you're dealing with a 50-pound bale instead of a 1,000-pound bale or 1,200 pounds or whatever it might be. So that's the scoop on baling. I really don't know if we're going to fit all these bales into our building. I can actually show you guys here quick what I'm dealing with here. It's almost 6:30 game time PM here. So we're going to be starting to run out of daylight. I think around 8 to 9 o'clock is when daylight starts disappearing right now. I've also been thinking about things too here. I think what we want to do, because I think we have enough silage to support it, we're going to get the silage machines that we need, and then we're just going to max out our loan as far as we can take things, and just buy a whole bunch of cows. And we'll bury ourselves into debt, but we'll get the cows. We'll have a lot of milk production through the winter, and we'll just see what we can do as far as pushing that cow envelope. That's our hope here. I don't know if we're going to have the hay bales to do it. We're going to have to try and see. But luckily, hay is something where, early in the year, we can start utilizing right away. So we don't have to wait until the end of the year to get it. So I think we can make do. God, there's going to be so many straw bales. There's going to be so many trips with this. I have a feeling we're going to fill up that shed. But let's shut this down for the moment. Let's head back here. So we still got our hay bales here. You can see we still got 3 big piles. This one I've been working on. So this was our 4th full one. And we had a little bit here, but for some reason something got messed up with these 4 bales we had here, and they turned into silage. I'm not sure why. The other ones are not changing. So I'm not that concerned. You can see here I already got kind of a pile of straw bales. We'll put in another layer here, here, and here. We should be able to do like 4 across with roughly 2, maybe 3 high, or 3 stacks. We'll see. This stack got messed up when you end up dropping it, so I'm not sure. We can get 2 stacks in here for sure. We do have a bunch of straw bales here, so we're going to be perfectly fine on straw. Hay, I'm a little bit worried about. Silage, we should be fine when we figure we're going to start putting silage up here in about 3 to 4 days in game time there. Probably that Tuesday we'll start putting silage in. And we still got 256,000 units in here, so we've got a lot of silage here. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to fill this silo because we're never going to empty it. So we're going to have to fill this one. And once we fill this one, we're going to have to find a place to put the silage. Let me grab this guy. And I think our best bet is going to be to utilize the oop, I can't drive. The biogas plant. Let me drive down here and we'll see. The biggest thing is it's not too far away from where our fields are. That's what I'm looking for, is a place that's not too far away. Let's go down this way. So I think it'll work out in our favor. We get a lot of soybeans to take off. We're going to. We get a lot of crops to take off, and we've expanded out our fields quite heavily. Oh wait, this is that right there is the biogas plant. Oh, there's a tree there. Don't worry, there are trees. Our fields are right there. Excuse me, coming through. Sorry. Sorry. So it's right here, so it's very nearby. And we've got these big bunkers here that we could utilize. Very big ones. So we could fill these guys up. And well, that would allow us to store a lot of silage. We're just gonna have to ship it in basically whenever we need it. We'll probably need a big vehicle of some sort. Oof, I just keep running into everything. Whatever trailer we use to chop into, we'll probably use the same one to transport the silage back, and we're probably just gonna have to dump it into one of the bunkers here. Do a couple loads at a time pretty much, and bring it back up to the farm here where it's convenient. This is gonna be our best bet, I guess. I don't know, we'll make it work. It's gonna be interesting as we start to push things quite a ways here. The truck can sit there for now. But if I go to here, no, next one. We've got 105. We're gonna get at least probably another 2 animals, maybe 3 we might squeak out, depending on the hours. I don't know. It's gonna be 2 more is what it's gonna be, 2 to 3, which isn't too bad. But that's kind of where we're gonna get stuck with things. I did take out a bunch of liquid manure, fertilized all the hay fields. So all of our hay fields right now, we ended up with 81,000 by the way, but we're gonna have to wait. All of our hay fields are in the blue, the dark blue, so they're fully fertilized. So this guy's gonna be really rocking things when we get to that point. Unfortunately, if I go here, if we go to barley, our best bet to sell is going to be in the winter. So we're going to have to hold on to the stuff. I'm going to wait. And I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. We got enough money. We'll survive, and we're going to get a lot of money come in when it gets to the winter months here, especially if we buy some more cows. Not the same way. What is the price of cows going to look like here? So we do got a dip here in the beginning of fall here, so we could definitely make a do with that and get cows for a cheaper price. So I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Go into fall here and get a bunch of animals and see just how many we can get. But next episode, once we get all the straw picked up, we're gonna go into silage, and we're gonna be doing it in a much bigger way than we've ever done it before, at least in this playthrough. Obviously we've done it in the past, but we'll see how it works out on this farm and this setup. So thank you all for watching, and as always guys, take it easy.